Football Talk podcast with myself, Josh, and over not the pond, but a lot of land, a little bit of pond, a little bit of land again, some pond. There's Dave. Hello, Dave.
All right, yeah, I'm over land.
Just tracking your flight there. Just tracking it over some land, some pond, some land. That's about right, wasn't it? That was pretty good geography.
So you go, land because you fly over Singapore, pond because you fly over something. I don't know what it's called.
Oh.
And then land because you go over like the Middle East and Europe, and then sea because you go over the Channel, and then land. England, baby.
So, England, baby. Yeah.
Right, how are you, Josh?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, not bad. It's been a week, but
it's been a week of a lot of football.
But you know what? I've stopped caring about football.
Why is that, Josh?
Well, as when it was all lockdown, I was like, who should have really benefited from this lockdown? Who should be like, oh yeah, it should be Spurs who benefit from this lockdown. Turns out, still utter beep.
Yeah, we'll come on to them later because we're going to review the Sheffield United Tottenham game. And, wow, Mourinho needs to go. That's my opinion.
No, he doesn't.
He does.
Stop with your Mourinho hate. I mean, I don't know what the solution is, but I mean,
let's get rid.
I'm not precious about him, but there's a lot more than just him that's wrong with the club.
Yeah. Well, we'll get onto that in a bit. So, what am I doing? You're leading this podcast.
I just wanted to say one thing. I watched Hamilton this week. Have you seen Hamilton?
Hamilton, as in the musical?
Yes. It's now available on Disney Plus. So I watched that this week. It was rather enjoyable.
Yeah.
I'm not a big musical fan. What did surprise me that it was all musical.
Okay.
Like, all of it.
The whole thing. There's no just lines. It's all
there's not
singing.
Someone's going, "You all right, mate?" It's literally, "Are you all right, mate?" It's just
Nice. Okay.
It stunned me a little bit, but no, I recommend it. It was enjoyable. It's 2 hours 40. I'm not normally if I watch a film and it was 2 hours 40, like it's better be good. It wasn't Avengers Endgame like pretty colossal. I was like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. I know there's a lot going on. I know it will hold my attention, but I was like, this is a musical for 2 hours 40, but it was all right. So that's my recommendation this week. Josh's film recommendation of the week is Hamilton.
Is it better than Avengers Endgame?
Hmm?
Is it better than Avengers Endgame?
Oh no.
No. Okay. So you're.
I would say different people, different films for different needs.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't think there's a big Endgame Hamilton crossover. I mean, clearly I'm one of them, but
yeah. I mean, so
I'm
it's
not
like
sure that's meant.
You got like Avengers, and then you got Hamilton, and then you've got you, which is sometimes Avengers, sometimes Hamilton.
Yeah, in the Venn diagrams.
Yeah.
With me in the middle, I'm not quite sure what I'm getting out of both. Like, I'll have to see if there's anything else that enters that Venn diagram. I'll let you know. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
In a week of football news, we've had some stuff happen. I'll start us off.
Go on then.
Some news. We have Leroy Sané to Bayern. I suppose we'll start quickly talk about.
Yeah. Surprised?
Yeah. No, because when you look back and how he wasn't treated badly, but he never seemed to really get the full faith of Guardiola, did he? He was always kind of in, out. It was like, he'd have a great game, and it was like, when he's out again, it's like Sterling seemed to like just get in there and constant, but De Bruyne get in there constant, Aguero there, but for some reason Leroy Sané just didn't quite get it. And we lose out on the Sané, Mane, Kane.
yeah. I just think it's his injuries, and he must have had an attitude. Maybe had an attitude issue in training or something. Didn't always perform in training because it's a strange one to do. He's still 24, 23.
And he's been sold for less than they bought him, which is strange. I mean, that just strikes as obviously his contract situation, but it's very rare that happens to young players. Like I remember when Spurs signed Lucas Moura, that was obviously. And maybe it's a thing with the oil. I always call them oil clubs. You got your Man Cities, you got your PSGs who buy players and then go, well, we bought them for a lot. We're paying them a lot. We can't justify. No one's going to buy them, so they have to reduce rate them. And obviously, you see that sometimes with buy high then freeze. But this is a buy high and sell a little bit lower.
Yeah, I think he's going to be wonderful for Bayern Munich. I think he's going to be
pace in that side.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no quicker left wing than Alphonso Davies and Leroy Sane. And then on the other side, you've still got Kingsley Coman to come in as well. And Serge Gnabry's not exactly slow. It's like, oh my goodness.
They are going to be a force to be reckoned with next year. And obviously, it's a weird time because technically the transfer window's open.
The transfer window's open, yeah, but I don't. Yeah, but because football's still going on, I'm not like, oh, come on, Spurs, sign a player, because I would be, but yeah, they could be, yeah.
So you've got the two big ones, Leroy Sané and Ryan Fraser on a free.
Yes. Yeah, I'm sure Bayern were toying with the options like, who do we come in at left wing? Got Ryan Fraser, who's refused to play for Bournemouth for the rest of the season, and he's a little bit a bit shrunken, a bit Shaqiri, isn't he? He's a bit like that.
Yeah.
And he's had like one good season, and or do we choose a German national and pretty amazing player.
Just tangent. How do you feel about that Ryan Fraser situation? Do you think it's a bit just a
from
dick
whose
move?
perspective? Who am I? Am I Eddie Howe?
You're a neutral. No, you're a neutral.
You're neutral. I think it's a bit of a dick move.
Yeah. So not even stay till the end of the COVID season.
Especially when there's so much of a team to play for, you could have helped them to stay up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd say the problem's probably bigger than Ryan Fraser.
Yes.
We're looking at them.
Yeah.
But I'd say, come on, you would have played to us at the end of the season anyway, and there's a slight risk of injury, I suppose, that you might in yourself and scupper any move. But come on, man, that's just not nice. That's nasty.
It's
nasty.
It's nasty. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I just wanted to get your opinion. I don't think we've really talked about it since it was announced that he wasn't going to.
Are you of the similar thoughts? Do you think it's a bit?
Yeah,
nasty?
I mean, from not knowing all the facts, it just seems like a dick move. Unless, there may be a case where Bournemouth have said, we're not going to give you if you're going to sign a contract extension to get paid, then you have to sign it for a year plus the rest of this little bit of the year.
Yeah, it might be his hands are tied. So where's he going, Dave? Using your insider knowledge, where's he off to?
I don't know. I would have said Arsenal, but
I just think that's a bit too big of a step for him personally.
Oh well, and I also think looking at what they're doing at the moment, bringing through Saka and Aubameyang plays on the left, it looks like Aubameyang's going to sign a new contract. I don't think they really need Ryan Fraser.
Yeah, I mean Martinelli's been deployed out wide. He's obviously got an injury, but I can't see them taking him. I would say he'd be more kind of just the tear down, maybe I don't know, maybe Spurs are in this now, but it's a kind of the Wolves, Leicester, Everton area. But maybe he'd find himself
I'd even say
like
lower.
a Southampton, even just like he likes the South Coast. But I'd be surprised if he goes somewhere top six. If he's not homegrown, he's Scottish.
If West Ham stay up, West Ham.
I reckon.
Yeah. I reckon West Ham
would
be
a cost-cutting exercise. We have to get rid of one of like Felipe Anderson or something.
Yeah, or Yarmolenko or something.
Got a lot of attacking mids. Yeah.
So,
all right, well that's enough on Ryan Fraser. Towards Leroy Sané. Any news from you, David?
Well, something. Yeah, just you actually put a tweet out about it. The whole Wigan situation.
Yeah.
Where they've now gone into, they've been told they're in administration, but they've appealed it, which I didn't think that was something you could appeal, because either you have the money or you don't. But so
for people uninitiated, go and check out our Twitter at Football Talk. But remember,
there's no A in football. Yeah, definitely go.
Yeah, and I tweeted, I think it was yesterday or the day before, around Gary Lineker was the one who kind of brought it to my attention. Someone brought it to his attention, but it's kind of the Wigan, the kind of the ownership issues. There's been some kind of Asian ownership, and it seems a bit rooted in gambling, and potentially there's a high kind of stakes bet put on Wigan to get relegated, the company changed hands a number of times, and it's like, who's put that bet on? And then maybe Wigan were doing better coming out of being a relegation battling side. Now if they go into administration, they get brought back into relegation strife. It's like, it all seems a bit dodgy. You have a read through it and see what you think. Gary Lineker shared it with a proviso that he hasn't validated any of this. And again, this may be just someone's like conspiracy theory, but it makes for fascinating reading and kind of just that murky world of club ownership, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. So I did a little bit of reading, a bit further reading into it, and there was the administrator who's in charge of like Wigan now to try see if they've got the money or not to stay afloat and whatever. He was the same guy that was involved in like Bournemouth when they were in like League Two and nearly went bankrupt. I think it was Brighton when they nearly went bankrupt. Someone else who was in the Premiership recently and went down, and he was.
Does he only like working on the south coast? And then he's just like, well, I've got a Wigan job now. I've got Bournemouth. God, he doesn't know what he's on about. He's up north.
And he was basically saying that this is and will be the quickest time a club has ever been sold to a new owner and then gone into administration. Because the official accounts say 11 days, I think it is.
Yeah.
11 days when they sold ownership and then went into administration. That's dodgy in itself. So,
that is dodgy. That's like, you know exactly what you're doing with a club there. You just what are you playing at? Where's your gain in that? What are you doing?
And again, congrats to the fit and proper persons test, which exists in English football. So doing its job wonderfully well. But I just
someone authorised that. Went on leave for 2 weeks. When I've just got 2 weeks holiday. I'm gonna come back. What? They're in administration? No, the last thing I knew, I was approving them. What's going on?
But I don't know, maybe they were unfortunate person to lose their job during COVID, and they were just like, pass.
Yeah.
Hit my bonuses, get my bonus before I go. So, but So obviously, you never want to see a club go into administration. Is it the first of a few, the first of many? This will be the only one, or what do you think?
No, there'll be more. I think it'll be a bit dominoes really, because I don't see where the money's going to come from, and they'll be all hoping, especially once you have relegation, they're staring down the barrel of forecasting their next year revenues and realising the costs they have, and the contracts they're tied into, and marketing contracts which will be reduced and things like that, because I presume there's going to be some impact in this year because of marketing, because they're going to get advertising revenue from people for things, and it's like, well, you're not playing to the same audience and things like that. So I think next year when they're staring down a barrel and having to do their accounts and they're getting audited and for going concern, if they can continue, they'll be like, we can't. I'd say the next few months, probably by the end of the year, we'll see a few more topple, which will be.
So I know that you had one other thing you wanted to talk about. Before we get onto that, there's a few things, like we'll touch on, I think, Jamie Vardy's 100 goals when we talk about Leicester, if we do it later. But I wanted to ask you about Netflix and sport and stuff. Have you watched the documentary Maradona in Mexico?
I haven't, no.
Watch it. It's really. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's only like 5 episodes, I think.
Okay, so when just a quick plot summary, what we got here.
So Maradona's taken over at 2nd Division Mexican club Dorados, who are bottom of the table when he joins, and he's basically given the remit of go and get us promoted. They've played 1 game when he joins. I don't know if that was the remit, but that's what he says. He comes in and says, I want to go and get you into the playoffs. Because the Mexican 2nd Division actually has like no one wins it. It's like the top 8 go into a playoff, and then anyone can get promoted from that. Or it might be the top 1 gets promoted, and then 2 to 8 go into a playoff or something. Football talk, good merch. So
so many weird things in leagues, aren't there? Just like
nothing's worse than Argentina, mate. Where it's you get relegated from your average points over the last 3 seasons.
Yeesh.
So River Plate finished 18th out of 20 teams 1 year and didn't get relegated because they had finished 1st and 2nd, or 2nd and 3rd or something 2 years before. So
that seems like it's just punny. It's just kind of like
100%.
But it seems like it happened 1 year. It's like, oh my god, it's River Plate down there. They've been so good. Why don't we bring any averages? It's like when you go, you lose on like best of 3. What about best of 5?
Best of 5. But so it's pretty crazy, but really worth watching. Really good. The first thing I took away from it, that his knees are absolutely effed.
Are they?
Yeah, I don't know how much of an adult show we're being nowadays, because we do have different viewers on. But
we're trying to be quite,
correct,
child friendly.
Yeah. But he's now a manager of Gimnasia in Argentina, so I know that he's not still at Dorados. But it just does this first season that he's there, and I'm 4 episodes in. I think I've got 2 to go, but very worth watching. Half an hour episode, so really easy just to flick on, watch, and then go and do something else.
And what a good time to remind people that Amazon have been filming Spurs this season. So if you fancy a comedy show to lighten the mood after months and months of hardship in lockdown, that'll be released in the next coming months. I thought that'll be fun.
What a season to film! Brilliant.
When we get Champions League from what we think is a completely ludicrous position, when we win our remaining games, get Champions League.
No chance.
No chance. Talking of someone who celebrated too early, we got Alan Pardew. His 8-year contract at Newcastle came to an end this week. Wow! And he also did his little dance when he was at somewhere else.
No, that was it was Palace, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, rare spoiler. Well, hold on, Dave. Hold those thoughts. So many thoughts rushing through your head.
Okay.
So we'll move on to the quiz this week, and the quiz is an Alan Pardew theme quiz. Alan Pardew theme quiz.
I don't really like Alan Pardew. I'm not
sure. I'm not sure. I think his family probably agree as well. I'm not sure many do. He has pards on his training gear, which is. I don't know, you don't have your title your nickname. Yeah? Did anyone ever call him that? Was he trying to get people to call him his nickname?
Yeah, I bet everyone just calls him Alan.
Yeah. Alan. Yeah. Right. So I would like you to name all the managers that Newcastle have had since then, and all the clubs Pardew has managed since then.
So in 8 years.
In the subsequent 8 years, yeah. So Newcastle have had 4 managers, and Pardew has managed 3 clubs. And I want you to name those 7 clubs and managers, please.
He's had 7 clubs.
No, in total it's 4.
Sorry, yeah. So he's had
4
3
managers
clubs
for Newcastle.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 3 clubs. 5, 6, 7.
Right. Well, Steve Bruce.
Brucey bonus.
Yeah. Now and forever.
Sure, he's doing a good job.
He is doing a good job. He's
doing a good job.
Yeah.
And one of my favourite players to watch, Alan St. Maximin, is just like, ooh, what fun he is to watch.
Yeah, very good. I agree. Right, Pards has managed Crystal Palace.
That was, yeah, okay. Oh, I won't tell you the order. You got to then define the order that they were in. Okay. So think about that as well.
Who else did he manage? Charlton?
He has managed Charlton, but not
after
post.
Okay. Not post Newcastle. Okay, 4 managers. Managers must be. I feel like managers should be easier.
Yes.
But who on earth?
Well, yeah, because you're more likely to track Newcastle's progress than Alan Pardew's career, I'd say.
Yeah. But who?
Yeah, so I'll give you Alan Pardew's managerial history pre-Newcastle. Caretaker manager of Reading. Reading manager. West Ham, Charlton, Southampton, Newcastle.
Are all the teams he's managed in the Prem?
No.
I'm really struggling with it. Who on earth was manager of Newcastle before Bruce?
Oh, this one you should really get.
Yeah, I should. Who was manager before Bruce? It must have been terrible for them to sack him and get Bruce.
Oh, you think? Oh, harsh words spoken by Dave there.
Oh my word, dude. I'm literally having an absolute...
Yeah, I'm gonna go was he terrible, or was maybe Mike Ashley just unwilling to renew contracts?
Oh. This is such a good quiz, because I should know the answers. Oh, I don't prep.
I'm going to give you stats. I'll give you stats. 146 games. This was the previous manager to Bruce was 62 wins, 31 draws, 53 losses, win percentage of 42.47%, and he also won the championship with them.
Oh, Rafa Benitez.
Benitez.
Yeah.
He's got to be terrible. How dare you talk about Rafa like that?
Apologies.
Although I'm not. Yeah, Rafa creeps me out a little bit, to be honest with you.
Creeps you out?
Well, yeah, I don't feel like he's. I don't know. Maybe he'll be friendly, but I don't know. He feels a little bit odd.
Yeah, well, he's odd, yeah, but it doesn't creep me out that he's odd. He's just odd. I'm gonna go like Clark. Someone Clark got the job after Pardew, or is it temporary?
I don't. Oh, you mean Lee? You thinking Lee Clark?
I'm not thinking of Lee Clark. I'm thinking of the assistant manager that was there.
Oh, okay. So that's yeah. There is someone who was.
John Carver is his name.
John Carver. Yes. Well done, Dave.
Not Clark. Yeah, Carver. So I'm only missing one manager.
You are missing one manager. Big name in.
Is it?
Yeah, I'd say he's a pretty big name in English football. Yeah, he's not a huge name, but he's a big manager. Oh, is he big? This is doing him.
You're gonna piss someone off. You're gonna piss someone off either way. Someone will think he's big, and you're saying he's not. Or
I know. I think you've got to say he's because of his.
Is it Steve
managerial
McLaren?
history. Steve McLaren.
Yeah.
Would you say big name?
No, I would say well known. I don't think I'd put him as a big name though, because he's known, isn't he, as like Wally and the Brolly and.
Tell me when to stop. How big is his name? How big is his name? And tell me when to stop.
About there, yeah.
Yeah.
Bit further back, because that's about half of the size of the screen you've got left on your side. So.
Yeah, right.
So I would say well known rather than big name. Yeah.
Yeah, big name's Mourinho, big name, isn't it? And
yeah.
Klopp are big names. Don't leave your Mourinho out of this.
Right, so I've got 4 managers, and I need 2 more clubs.
Have you got 3 clubs? No, you've got mere 1 club.
I know.
And if you were asking around if they're Premier League, you can be flapping with the last one.
Oh, Hull City.
No.
Damn.
That does sound like a match made in heaven, though.
It does. Yeah, that's why I went for it. I have no recollection of him being there ever, but I just thought that's an Alan Pardew club.
Yeah, I think I'd say he's a similar character to Phil Brown.
Yeah.
I can see Pardew doing an on the pitch team talk.
Could you see Phil Brown dancing though?
Yes. I can see Phil Brown actually more doing like karaoke.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Sweet
He did do karaoke.
Hmm?
He sung, didn't he? When he kept Phil Brown did when he kept someone in the Premier League. Must have been Hull.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's why I must think it.
That's
then,
why
yeah.
you must think it. Yeah.
I really want to do bandioke. You know, where you get a live band at a party, and then you can go up and sing, be the front man of the band. That would be awesome.
You don't strike me as. I've known you for a while. I didn't think that would be your thing.
Oh, I love. I've never really sung in public. I mean, I've done karaoke once or twice.
Okay.
But yeah, I love it. People joining in singing. Like I used to love when it was a thing. Like the lip dubs, like the opening episode of The Office where they do the lip sync, the lip dub, and it's like no. I mean, that just people singing together, having fun. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that sounded like it hurt. Right. Am I doing this now?
No, we'll leave those final 2 actually, Dave.
Yeah.
We'll leave those final 2 clubs that Alan Pardew has managed. It's an ever decreasing win percentage as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to I'm putting Crystal Palace right after Newcastle as well. I know that. Yeah.
Yeah. You got that.
I know that one. So.
Good stuff. Cool. Right, we'll move on to reviewing. We've selected a few games from the past week that we'll have a little look at, have a little chat over. So we've got. Right. We'll go first up.
Get it out of the way.
Norton derby. Sheffield United v Spurs. And that's that. Good game had by all. It was lovely, enjoyable. I wasn't looking forward to it all day. I didn't wear my football shirt all day, and I didn't get my wife to put the kids to bed because I was excited to watch us because we'd won a match previously. We kept a clean sheet previously. It's like, whoa, it's going to go well. We're top 4's back on, or top 5's back on, yeah. And then it's like, oh no, we're attacking pretty well. We're attacking pretty well. It's fine. We're doing all right. It's like it looks reasonably potent in attack. And then
Sander Berge, bang.
Sander Berge. It's like, well, yeah, we didn't pick up any runners. We just literally migrated towards the goal line, and he just stood there, and it got cut back to him. That won't happen again. We'll mark people in the box, and there's a cutback next time. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then obviously Spurs go and attack straight away. Harry Kane scores. Good goal. Fine. Nothing wrong there. Oh no, Michael Oliver. Oh, let's get the old. There's a little microscope there. Oh right. So Lucas Moore has fallen over and has bumped onto the ground. Then someone's thumped the ball at him, and maybe it touches his arm. I think it probably touches his chest. Maybe it touches his arm. I can't tell.
I think
but Michael Oliver can tell.
Even
He's
if
told
it does
gone,
touch his arm, he hasn't moved his arm or done anything to try and direct that ball because it's been leathered at him from about less than a yard. It's like...
Honestly, the rule is an absolute joke. And it's just... That getting ruled out is just like it's farcical because there's no. I know clear and obvious is not a thing when it comes to goal line. When VAR checks goals, that's not clear and obvious. There's any infringement basically in that situation, but I think you need to be sure it hits his arm, and it's not clear it hits his arm there for me. And so that was just, and then. Norwood's elbow on Son doesn't get given, and I'm not saying that someone because it would be a second yellow. Often when you're playing against 10 men, it's not easier. So, but the goal, having straight away got back into it and not getting it, is just demoralising. But it does seem to hit Spurs harder than other teams. There is a frail mentality. I think I need to look at this, but I'm not quite sure. What I want to know is like how long since the top 6 clubs went on a run of form, like. Spurs' last 6 games they've won in a row, that's going to be years ago. Yeah. Years ago. We have not been on a good run of form, scoring goals, good performances for a long, long time. And I think we've just got such low confidence that we will just crumble at points like this. And that's why when you mentioned earlier Mourinho, I think the problem is bigger than Mourinho. It's a mentality issue with the squad. And it needs to be brutal.
I don't think Mourinho is the manager to change that.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying he's quite right to question the player's mentality.
Yeah.
Because I think there is something wrong there, but I'm not agreeing with doing it publicly.
Yeah, okay. So.
Yeah.
But. Okay, so it's still 1-0 Sheffield United in this game at the moment.
1-0 Sheffield United, and then Spurs, and it was quite funny to see, like, they set it up perfectly. Like, it was quite funny to see because we don't have the passing range of Eric. In a situation like this, Eriksen was our man.
Yeah.
Like, he would be able to whip ball in and boom, it's a goal. Now we were just kind of really struggling a little to create anything, and then the goals we conceded were quite frankly shambolic. It's like it's shocking to defend. Never should there be the cutback to a player. There's both centre backs were within the 6-yard box, but Moussa was ahead of them, still onside obviously because he's cut it back from the byline and taps it in. It's like. Great, okay. And then McBurney's goal, Davinson Sanchez again, is the wrong side of him. And he offers a little leg, but it's cut back again, tapped in. It's like, oh my God.
Like, obviously Mourinho at United was like, right, I need centre-backs. Is it the same story? Is it at Spurs? Or do you think Dyer and Sanchez will work? Or
I think what he's done here is gone, I probably haven't got money for centre-backs next year. These are my two... the best of my younger centre backs. Because we've still got Toby Alderweireld at the club. Let's see if this is going to work next year with Sanchez and Dyer. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to work because there's more to a defence than your centre backs. Because Serge Aurier is Serge Aurier, and Sissoko isn't N'Golo Kante, so it's a bit broken there. But I would like to see someone else being brought in, but I think that you need to fix that defence with one play. You'd need to bring in a Virgil van Dijk. That would be able to transform a side, but it's just more systemic than that. It's going to be small pieces. Like change Serge Aurier for Max Aaron, say that's not going to fix that defence. You also need to bring in a defensive midfielder, which seems like we're going to be bringing in Højbjerg from Southampton. Does that fix it? Not quite sure. He's not all he's cracked up to be.
I don't think he's the holding midfielder you need.
No, I don't think so.
He's a playmaking holding midfielder. He's not a destructive holding midfielder. He's not going to sit in front.
He got a lot of ball wins this season. He's most of an outfield player in per 90 in terms of his ball winning. But I think there's. The problem there's a want to migrate forward. Yeah. It's a mentality thing. You need to. Do you think you're the player who doesn't need to get involved? That's what I want in that defensive midfield. I want that player to be. I'm staying. I'm literally doing. You go. I am always going to be covering with like Wilson Palacios was with Spurs. I know my role. Does he know his role? Will he know his role? Will he go? I can get involved up here, and then suddenly we're caught on a counter attack. But well played, Sheffield United. Completely got Chris Wilder's tactics completely done. I say they were missing like 3 players injured. Well done to them, and let's turn around there, restart a bit.
So Ross has just commented saying Son's form has been dipped alarmingly. So what any reason? Can you think of anything why that might?
Son always seems to perform better when he's the main man. Like he always comes to the forefront with Kane now.
Yeah.
And I think he does have kind of purple patches, and I think it's just we haven't been that expansive. He's better in kind of space and running into it, and we've not. And because I think the whole lockdown has been a bit fatigued, and no sides are really kind of stretching the play a bit. He's kind of had to has been kind of quite defensive. Well, one like United, we were quite defensive, so he wasn't kind of permitted probably to push forward like that. Against Sheffield United, they were quite defensive, so he's not had any space to run into, and he's just been met with like 10 players in front of him. I mean, yeah, he's been a bit off, and maybe it's just kind of not back up to much speed really. But I'd say that he could be taken out the side, and you need to shift it around a bit. Bergwijn looked okay when he in places, but yeah, it's not like many people are performing with us. But
would you take Matic for a season?
I would definitely take a Matic.
Yeah.
100%, I would take a Matic. Yeah.
He's just got a new contract with us, so that's not going to happen.
I mean, it was Matic who passed the ball to Eric Bailly, wasn't it?
Yeah. We'll get onto that. Yeah.
Yeah, we should just go straight into it.
Okay.
So Spurs have Everton up next, who we haven't lost to in 7 years. So put your bets on Everton to win. So we'll go to United Bournemouth and the Josh King derby. Well, I'll just let you just
Mason Greenwood is a brilliant young footballer. Like, I text Josh and said we can just do an hour-long chat about Mason Greenwood if we want for the podcast, because he is unreal. Yeah, how do you mark him? He's now got bigger, so he's strong. Like, he's strong.
Yeah.
He's
a big lad. Yeah, he's a big lad.
He's put on a lot of physique over the COVID period. 2-footed. He's quick.
Very two-footed. Yeah, his two-footedness is
it's just
impressive. Like, I was reading about his his left. You'd say he's left-footed, but his right is very close behind. And I was reading about him at his under-13s match for United. He took a penalty and missed it with his left. So ever since then, he's taken penalties with his right foot. It's like
ridiculous.
Oh, he's like the Ronnie O'Sullivan of the football world. He's just taking the absolute mick. Yeah,
he's just absolutely phenomenal, and he has made that right wing spot his own, which calls into question Jadon Sancho transfer, which everyone's been saying.
I think Man United upper echelons will be happy, but like save some cash there.
I still think I don't think we're going to sign Sancho as easily as people suggest that it's already been agreed and stuff. If we do sign Sancho, I then think we forego buying a striker, and Martial and Greenwood become our two that we rotate, and Ighalo stays here as a third choice striker until January, until his loan expires now. But great game, absolutely great. I mean, terrible defending and goalkeeping for the first goal for Bournemouth. I
mean, Harry Maguire's gone absolutely done there.
Yeah,
like horrifically done.
To be someone, whether he is or not England's best centre back, but to be classed as one of England's best centre backs, that was ridicul's. Ridiculously,
to be nutmegged in your own 6-yard box to leave a player effectively one-on-one with a keeper.
Yeah, I mean,
he's awful, and he is prone to that. He's so immobile, and I feel like him one-on-one defending is just not a good place to be.
He needs someone with pace next to him, and I just don't know. He's a very good defender, but as soon as someone's running at him or literally just knocks it half a yard to the side of him, he struggles.
Because he's got his head. He's got to move his head. It's just so big. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, but a lovely finish at the near post. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh on De Gea, saying he should have saved it.
I mean, you're not expecting a player to have that. No defenders in front of him to just smash it at you from it. It's a lovely finish, I think. But I mean, let's just talk about both the goals you can see then, because then
the penalty. It's the thing is, I've got a bit of sympathy for both Matic and Bailly, because Bailly's.
Why have you got sympathy for Matic?
Because as he's just about to kick, have you not seen the ultra slow mo thing? Is when he kicks it bobbles. So when he then kicks it back, it goes into the ground and up. So he's not done it to go like as an upwards directed pass towards Bailly.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of bad luck, but I mean, Bailly is just natural reactions. He's gone to try and control it, but it's just comical.
Is it a pen though? It's close, isn't it? It's not.
It's the lines, isn't it? The lines came out. They were out a lot in Man United Bournemouth. Those lines on VAR. Yeah. They're out a lot, and you go with the line. I can't argue with VAR. That's the technology we've got.
You'd probably be more upset if it was actually mattered, but it was
I mean, it was. Yeah, let's say it was a penalty. I mean, I've got no qualms. I've got no argument to come back and say that was outside the box or it wasn't a penalty.
Yeah, but I mean, you scored 5 goals, and I've got some questions about the 5 goals.
Oh yeah.
So, I thought that Bruno Fernandes was designated penalty taker. I thought you'd done away with this funniness. Was this a confidence booster for Rashford or something?
I think. I would. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Because I would not take. I wouldn't have taken Bruno Fernandes off penalties because he's not missed one. So I would have let him carry on.
You don't take them off unless they miss.
But you don't know and you don't see what's in training. Solskjaer strikes me as a sort of player that would get them all doing penalties, get all his. But say at the end of the session, be like, right, we're going to do 5 minutes of penalties, and then they'll have a competition and decide.
You're so geared up for a penalty shootout. It's like he's gearing. It's like forever gearing himself up for a penalty shootout. Well, we need 5 guys who can take penalties. Go. And you're going to rotate every game.
But it doesn't. Don't. I like the fact we've got 2 people that can take penalties that well in Fernandes and Rashford, and Martial could probably take one as well. Matic has got a good strike on him. Pogba, yeah, he just takes too long for his run up, doesn't it? So
yeah, a bit bored. But yeah, there's a lot of goals in it. So I mean, Ramsdale probably had a good game, but could he have done better with any of the goals? You think the first Greenwood one is that just ferociously hit?
It's just hit too quick. It's one of those where I think Ramsdale's done incredibly well to get a touch on it because it's hit so hard, and it like you say, it takes
ruins it, doesn't it? Ruins it. Don't get a hand in it. If you're not going to save it, keepers, don't even bother. Hate it.
But I think the penalty, no chance. Both of Greenwood's goals, no chance. Martial's goal, no chance.
Oh,
lovely finish.
Martial roofs it and then just walks off like nothing's happened.
Yeah, I mean it was lovely goals, and then it was a very strange game. It was a joy to watch, an absolute joy to watch that attacking football we had. But in the back of my mind, it was always like it's Bournemouth, and they imploded a long time ago.
Free falling.
They are, yeah. And I just think the defensiveness of United just worries me, or the lack of, because Lindelof goes off, and if he's now got a little injury, Bailly probably comes in. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's openly admitted he wants Tuanzebe in and around the first team more next season, but every time he plays, he gets injured. Rojo's going to be sold, which is not a bad thing. Eric Bailly's probably going to be sold.
Phil Jones, mate. Phil Jones
is.
You got too many centre backs, is what this is saying to me.
Yeah.
We'll see a clear out of centre backs. If I was, I'd clear it out and get one great partner for Harry Maguire, personally.
Yeah. Well, so would I. But has Chris Smalling reignited his career in Roma? He's still playing very well for Roma. Is he going to come back and be an improved player?
Very rarely does a player go out on loan and come back, especially in a mature stage of their career. Very rarely do they go out and come back.
I know, but it's like the problem is that who is the ideal partner for Harry Maguire? Because you get all these people, sign Kalidou Koulibaly from Napoli. He's an absolute beast. Yeah, we don't need a beast. Harry Maguire wins most of his headers. You need someone next to him who's going to have the pace to sweep up, put in those tackles, not get turned easily.
Exactly, yeah.
And there's not many of them around that are willing to be sold. Like, most of the defenders I can think of that I would list as like nearly world class or under Van Dijk's level, but in that top tier, they're all really good headerers of the ball. They're that dominant defender, not the pacey recovery defender. And that's why I think Lindelof will get another chance. I don't think we'll sign a centre back. Yeah,
okay.
I think we could.
But pretty good restart so far for United, and pushing for. Well, it looks like you'll be there thereabouts with Champions League, aren't you?
Yeah, I think
it's top 5. Remember, isn't it? Unless anything changes at City.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Yeah. I think top 5 will probably be enough because I think City will get at least a 1-year ban. But I think we're doing enough to show that we can fight for it. Which is good.
All right. Well, we're talking about City. City invited Liverpool in the Loris Karius derby.
No.
Yeah, mate.
No.
Karius was a youth player at Man City. Who knew?
Oh my word, that is ridiculous.
Dropping knowledge on people there.
You are, bloody
Who
hell.
knew Karius was at Man City? Never mentioned in all of his kind of post-Champions League dressing down, was it? But yeah.
No.
So the Guard of Honour, have you seen the Guard of Honour?
Yeah.
I'll reenact. If anyone hasn't seen it, I'll reenact the enthusiasm and professionalism that Man City offered the Guard of Honour. then as soon as one player's walked past you, walk off.
Yeah, they turned off, didn't they? Yeah.
I didn't mind it. I think the Guard of Honour is a bit of a funny thing anyway. I'm not overly fussed that it's a thing.
It's neither here nor there.
Yeah, there's no issue there, but I find it quite funny. Like you see, like some people have got like shin pads and bottles in their hands, just not even caring. It's
cheering
like,
for the NHS, mate.
yeah. Right. So then we had a game. We had a game which I don't know. This is all about. This sums up how important mentality is in sport.
Yeah.
For me, Liverpool won this title this year, not because technically they're better than Manchester City, because they mentally they wanted it more. They came so close last year, and they got riled up. They knew they could do it. They had that drive. City had obviously already won it last year, and it's harder to retain it, I'd say, because you've already achieved that goal in your life. You got that medal back home. It's like second medal is great, but the first medal is something special, and this is obviously 30 years of hurt. And then in this game, obviously Liverpool just won it. The game before, or in between we got last game and they did not care.
Flip-flops are on.
Absolutely. We'll be seeing more flip-flops over the coming weeks, and this was just I mean
it could have been different. Mane hit the post,
maybe some Liverpool fans going, I don't care if we lose 4-0, but then after losing 4-0 we're like, that's rubbish.
Yeah, but Liverpool did create chances, and they put one of those away first.
Yeah, and Sadio Mane decides to just run past it.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think Man City had a point to prove, and you're right, Liverpool didn't. Like, you could tell the mentality wasn't really there. You've got to be worried if you're Klopp. If that's how they're going to change.
It's not exactly it's not the most important game of their season, but it offers some questions, doesn't it? Because you see Jordan Henderson in that match, he's full tilt. He's going, he gets booked, he's chasing, harrying. That, you go, I'm no question about Jordan Henderson there. And I never really would have questioned Andy Robertson before, but Andy Robertson had an absolute shocker. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think...
Knowing that he's maybe the only left back in the club as well, but they haven't really got an adequate replacement for him, does that question, does he take it for granted a little bit? Maybe he's beginning to, thinking
this is the thing now, isn't it? Is that the majority of that Liverpool team have won everything they would probably want to win. Champions League, Premier League. What's next? Why do they stay at the
They're not
club?
seeking out Carabao and FA Cup, are they? They're not fussed about that. So, and they've won it with this team, and the team's now in their peak. So this team, if you want more of the same, you can get it in this side, because you got I think all of the front three are 29. I think 28, 29. So that's like this is their peak moment, isn't it? So it's going to be what it's going to be. You're going to do your winning here if you want to keep this side together. Because really, you look at next year, you go, what do Liverpool need to change really?
Well, I was going to say, do you see it being an era of 2, 3, 4 years of dominance, or do you see Man City
probably a little bit less? I'd say you could see them in the next couple of years, and there's rumour has it of Thiago Alcantara, isn't it? It's like, oh god, that would because their midfield's always lacked for me. It's creativity. It's been a functional midfield, and that would just be that's like it's very similar to Jorginho Wijnaldum. I think he's very tight in possession, but he's just another step up. But again, he's not young. He's like 28, 29.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. To see. But Man City run riot really, wouldn't they? They got the first, and that was it. Sterling had a really good game against his former team. Played really well
against Joe Gomez as well. There's a little bit of angst there, isn't there?
Yeah. So.
Phil Foden, will he get his chances when it means something for City?
Yeah, I think he will. I think he'll get a fair amount of games now for the end of the season, and I think he'll be chucked into a bit more of a starting sort of player next year.
I'm just concerned it's just kind of like, I'm concerned it's kind of like, play your games now. But he's playing his games and impressing, so at least if he was playing his games and not impressing, then you go, he's not going to get in. But he's playing his games, scores and assists most games.
He's giving Guardiola a question, isn't he? So
yeah. A bit that made me sad talking about age is that Kevin De Bruyne is also 29 years old.
Yeah, that.
But I feel like it's just a lot of his career's passed us by because of that. It's just the best midfielder in the world
right now. Yeah.
And he's
that whole Chelsea, Wolfsburg time. Last year being pretty injured. Yeah.
I feel like if someone said to me he's 26, I'd be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, 29.
He's not.
I don't know. He's a sort of player that could drop back and do like a Pirlo, dictate play. He just can't tackle. But then I guess Pirlo didn't tackle. So. Yeah. All right,
a couple of other games then we'll touch on happened yesterday actually. So we had the Oleg Luzhny derby, the Wolves versus Arsenal, and just as I've been waxing lyrical about Wolves' defence and their form, they go and concede 2 goals at home to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Lacazette scoring away from home. Saka again, lovely technique, another future England prospect there, but. Not sure many people saw that coming, but if you look at the form table, it was top.
I know, Arsenal were top. It's very strange to see it, yeah. Last 6 games, they've won 4, lost 2, is it?
Yeah. It's 6 win in the last 8, 5th clean sheet.
Yeah.
5th clean sheet, and that's with, I thought it was Mustafi and Louise playing yesterday. And don't forget, they got Saliba coming in. Obviously, they bought him last year. He's been still in the Liga. He'll be coming in next year. So, it's there's obviously a little their first 2 games from lockdown were a bit ropey, but I mean, they're laughing up in North London now.
The first one was ropey. The second one was the David Luiz show. So yeah. But I think Arsenal they're looking good. They're looking very handy. We've mentioned before about Ryan Fraser. I don't think they'll need him now because of what they're doing with the youngsters coming through. Lovely goal from Lacazette. Like the touch and shot was just brilliant.
That's him all over, isn't it? That little close control in the box and a very technical finish.
He's not. It's not that he's disappointed me since he signed. I think he's been a bit underwhelming for what I expected.
I'd say he's been a bit underwhelming. I don't know. It's part of it is he's not been the main man. He's not been relied on week in, week out. There's been the Aubameyang, him, and they've shifted around positions, but. Yeah, I get that. I feel like being the main man, you just see more from him. But yeah, he's like a lot of his goals. You look at them and go, "They're lovely goals."
Yeah. Credit is to Arsenal's defence as well. And Arteta does seem to have turned it around. He seems to be coaching some things into them tactically and passing lanes and triangles and stuff like that. I saw a good video on. It might have been Tifo actually about Arsenal and Arteta and what they're doing under him. And they kept Jimenez quiet.
Guendouzi's not in the picture, is he?
No. So, get rid.
He looks like he's on his way. Talking players look like are on the way out. We'll go to Chelsea-Watford. Another in the Josh McEachran derby. Jorginho has not really made a reappearance. He's kind of been there on the bench. His agent done too much talking about moving on and annoyed Mr. Lampard.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And Chelsea are stacked with midfielders they can bring in. They're not as... You wouldn't class them all as good or as reliable on the ball as Jorginho, but
they're different but attributes they offer. Yeah,
it's a position they are pretty stacked in. So if you're going to piss the manager off, it's a bad place to do it if you're in central midfield.
Yeah, so. I mean we had Ross Barkley scoring and assisting yesterday. It's not really. I mean,
it's 2020.
It should definitely be part of this game, shouldn't it?
It's 2020, so anything could happen. But
he probably just thinks it's pre-season. He's like, smashing pre-season, and the season starts again. He's like, gets to August again. He's like, oh no, not for me.
Yeah. No. But Giroud as well.
Lovely finish that one.
Finished. He seemed surprised it went in. Not going to lie.
He says he knows the player's coming across, so he just checks it back and just bunts it in. That was a really nice finish.
Yeah, it was a good goal. And Willian is very good at penalties.
And Chelsea are getting a penalty every single game.
Yeah. So, top 4. What are you going with?
Whoa.
Is it going to be Leicester Chelsea or?
So no, I don't think Leicester are going to get it. I think Chelsea United are going to get it.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Leicester will drop off. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, it's all Leicester. We won't cover the game. We've run out of time. But Leicester, shout out to Jamie Vardy reaching 100 club.
Yeah.
Scoring his first goal, age 28.
That was ridiculous when you told me that. I couldn't believe it. 28, he scored his first friendly goal, and he's now what, 32?
32, 33.
Maybe 33. Yeah, but well done. 100 goals.
Yeah, scored it quicker than. He scored it quicker than Drogba, Rooney, Lukaku, and Defoe.
Can't argue that. Drogba. Wow, that surprises me. Yeah.
Drogba. Well, Mourinho spouts some stats like he scored 186 goals when he accidentally reads the appearances column. Drogba's Premier League goal tally was hit and miss. He scored important goals, didn't he?
Yeah, he did score a lot of important goals. Yeah. So.
All right.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
we'll leave the reviews there unless you have anything else.
Ross has just quickly asked us a question, and we're going to cover it in potentially next week's podcast. It's about the new ball that's going to be used next season.
Yes,
and the fact it comes with micro flaps, and yeah, we'll cover that next week. Yeah,
they're the massive flaps.
Well, very true. Yeah, very true. So, no, nothing else from me on the Premier League games. So,
right, hit me.
I got a wiki file. Here comes a wiki file. I got a wiki file for you. Hey, so it's on the screen, Josh, and it's from you to me. So, if I see it, I'll say it, and if I say it, I see it. So, we have no youth career, interestingly. And then 1994 to 1998, he plays for Metz in France, I think, Metz is.
Yes, you're right there, David.
123 appearances, 3 goals in 4 years. That gets him a big move to Salernitana in Italy.
That's how I go. That's how I pronounce that, yeah.
Salernitana. 4 appearances and 1 goal. That's pretty rubbish. But that gets him a move to Liverpool, which is bizarre.
That's how you pronounce it, yeah.
Yep. For a year, 99 to 2000, Liverpool 34 appearances, 0 goals. He then moves to West Ham, 2000 until 2002, 24 appearances, 0 goals. But 1 year of that is spent on loan at FC Cologne. Cologne?
Yes, Cologne is Cologne, yeah.
16 appearances there, 0 goals. He then moves back to France, 2002 to 2004 to play for Lyon. 63 appearances, 3 goals. He then moves to Turkey, where he plays between 2004-2008 for Galatasaray. 104 appearances, 4 goals. 2008-2010, Trabzonspor. 46 appearances, 0 goals. Now, I think I know... do I know who this is? I think I really liked him, but it's the 0 goals putting me off. And my middle reaction was Milan Baros. That
is so funny because I was thinking about... Because he's just retired,
actually. He's just retired, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a Milan Baros one. I thought, no, you find that too easy. But no, it's not Milan Baros.
Yeah.
Because that is nowhere near enough goals for that to justify being a striker.
No. So he's got to be French, coming from Metz. Is that right? Can I have his nationality?
He's not French, no.
Oh, crap.
His place of birth was Nkinglikok.
Is that Africa somewhere?
I'll give you full stats. So Cameroon. Do you want the stats?
Yeah. International stats.
137 appearances, 5 goals.
Gotta be a defender then.
Yes.
Gotta be a defender, yeah. Cameroonian for Liverpool in 99-2000, who then moved to West Ham. A Cameroonian defender.
He holds the record as the youngest player to ever be sent off in a World Cup, age 17.
Oh my God, this is...
Nicknamed Big Chief by the Turkish fans.
Who on earth is this? Godwin Antwi.
What?
He was a Liverpool youth player who was Cameroonian in Football Manager.
Wow, he's gone rogue. This is a household name, Dave.
That's why I'm struggling. That's why I'm struggling. No, that's why I'm trying to think of a Liverpool Cameroonian.
He is the uncle of fellow Cameroonian midfielder I can't give you his name because that'd give away his name.
Who on earth has played for Liverpool and West Ham in defence and quite a number of games? Like that season for Liverpool, that's nearly every single game in the league,
isn't it? Well, no, because it costs three. So it's 13 appearances, 18 appearances, 3 appearances. It's 3 seasons that one, though.
Well, it can't be for Liverpool because he was there for a year.
98, 99, 99, 2000, 2000, 2001.
He wasn't at Liverpool for those. Not according to the file you've sent me.
Oh, it's just for stats down below when they break out. So it's just... God, Dave, don't let this be your get-out clause where you haven't got... Oh, I'll get it if I knew that. Yeah,
I just need
so he joined in 1998, left in 2000.
Okay, right. Oh my God, who is... A Cameroonian defender? Who have they had? It's not Traore. No, he didn't play. He didn't play for West Ham.
And he's Senegalese, I want to say?
I think he's Senegalese, yeah. Cameroonian. Joel Matip's Cameroonian, but he's still playing and he's still at Liverpool. I might have to give up on this one, Josh, and kick myself in the head.
Marley, Jimmy Traore, sorry.
Oh, Marley.
I'll give it to you and Dave.
Go on.
His name is Rigobert
Song.
Oh,
that's I was never going to get that. Yeah, never going to get
the
that.
The uncle of Alex Song.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Song. That's a great one, Josh. Well played. Well played, sir. Well played. Unbelievable. Rigobert Song.
Good name, Rigobert.
It is, yeah. You gonna your third child? Rigobert cool?
No. Rig or Bert. Oh, really? Bert, isn't it? Yeah, maybe his name is Bert.
Or Rigo.
All right, well, unlucky Dave. We'll move back to the quiz. We've been a bit more fruitful, haven't we?
I've got to ask, hang on, Josh. What was the reason behind Rigobert Song? What prompted you to go to Rigobert Song?
What prompted me? I feel like he's a bit of a mythical character.
Well, he's not, is he? So...
Yeah, in the same, I kind of think of him as it was kind of this kind of it was held in high esteem in Cameroonian football, like loads of appearances, never quite did it, and like kind of Trebo West, like both similar, like they both had played for some big clubs, but they were never the main man at their clubs and stuff. So
I think you could give that Wikifile to some Liverpool fans, and they'll have no idea who that is.
I will send that through to some Liverpool fans I know.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't have seen this yet, and
see what they say.
Yeah, see what I say.
All right. Yeah, quiz then.
Right.
Go, Josh.
Quiz then. Yeah. So this week marked the end of Alan Pardew's 8-year contract at Newcastle United. So I challenged Dave to name all the managers that Newcastle had since, and he's so far done that with John Carver, Steve Bruce, Ralph Benitez, Steve McLaren. And the 3 clubs that Alan Pardew has managed since, and he's only got the first club that Pardew went on to manage with Crystal Palace. He needs 2 more. One was a Premier League, is no longer a Premier League club, and the other has never, ever been Premier League.
So, the old Premier League club that is no longer a Premier League club is West Brom.
West Bromwich Albion, correct.
I did remember that. Yeah, I did remember that one as the podcast went on. Now, I think with you saying it's never, ever, ever a Premier League club, I think he went abroad.
He went abroad, and just to give you a little clue here, when the season got cancelled, he managed to keep this side up, but did not take the bonus for keeping them up, but has since left the club, I think.
And I want to say it's in Holland, like Steve McLaren went to.
Oh, say it, Dave.
Well, I think it's in Holland. I don't know what club it is.
It's in Holland, yes.
I must have read it in the news about the bonus.
Check out these stats.
ADO Den Haag.
Oh!
It was in there somewhere.
Yes.
It was in there somewhere. Yes.
Yeah, and you've named them in order. He went Palace, West Brom, Den Haag. So Palace, win percentage, 40%. After 87 games. West Brom, 21 games, 14%.
Oh.
Den Haag, 8 games, 1 win, 12.5%. He's on a trajectory, and it ain't a good one.
No, it's not. It is not. That is incredible. Well done, Alan Pardew. Well done, Josh. Good quiz. Different, tough.
Yeah, topical.
Yeah. Topical-ish. Yeah. So, lovely stuff.
Right. Well, any more, Dave?
No. No. Glad football's back. Glad Man United are winning. Glad Mourinho's messing it up at Spurs. You know, it's all good fun.
I'm not glad he's back. I'm not glad he's messing up at Spurs. In fact, I just want to go to bed and just wait for this to go to Win Cheap, wait for this all to blow over.
Yeah.
Winchester, not Win Cheap.
Yeah.
Cheap.
You can go to Win Cheap if you want. That's near Swindon. Win Cheap. Is Win Cheap in Kent?
Win Cheap is in an industrial estate in Canterbury.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, you can go there and let it
I'll
blow.
probably find a warehouse I can sit in. Yeah. Probably like some carpets or something I can go and sit down.
One last question on the pod. Is Josh getting a haircut?
Yes, I will be. For some reason, I've decided not to book one in or even search one out yet, but I will be getting a haircut.
There you
so
go.
I'll probably be a few weeks till I can bother to do that.
Committed to it live on camera, but he doesn't know when. So
no.
Anyway,
not sure.
Do the outro, Josh.
Yes, well, thank you for having us. It's been a lovely pod, and we'll be here every week. Check out our previous on YouTube, on Spotify, and on SoundCloud. And obviously, we mentioned it earlier, but to go again on Twitter at Football Talk. But remember,
there's no A in football.
No A in football, but check us out. And we're here next week. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, chat with us. We'll chat with you. And until next time, goodbye.
Bye. There we go.